Take me out to the ball game.
Welcome to episode 3 of the Swingin Bunt podcast. We got a couple new things. First things first, we got the webcams going. So
Getting real professional.
we actually got to somewhat pay attention now. We got a first time, so we're gonna gotta look at the camera, gotta look at the screen, gotta look at this screen. Got the Tigers game on down here because we're recording on Monday. And
Yeah, I
Tigers
am
game's going on
foregoing the
right now.
Guardians game this week. At
Yeah.
least for now. I'll catch up after, I'm sure.
Yep, and also you guys on YouTube. I don't know what I'll do for Spotify yet, but you see the intro. How do you like the intro, Joe?
It was pretty sweet. You showed it to me last week. I'm excited. We're really getting stuff together. I mean, we're getting real professional, real mainstream. Well, hopefully the views catch up sometime soon, or who cares if not? You know, we're still having fun. The people are watching, a few people. So I mean, it's whatever. We're just here talking baseball, having a great time.
Yeah, and hopefully we don't get copyrighted for the 8 seconds clip of the song that I threw into the intro, but we'll see, I guess.
I'm sure they won't.
So let's get into it. How did the Guards fare this week or this past week?
I mean, pretty good. Some actually pretty fantastic series. Last time we checked in, we had just gotten destroyed by the Astros in game 1 of that series, and then game 2 we went and put a whooping on them. Travis Bazzana went 4 for 4, 2 home runs.
Nice.
First pitch of the game, home run from him. It's pretty good to see him showing the bat a little bit. Game 2 we lost again. Unfortunately, of all of the games so far this last week, there has been one game besides the whooping that I said that we put on the Astros. There has been one game that hasn't been a one-run ball game, which is always makes for really fun baseball. But man, every once in a while, I just want to comfortably win a game. You know, I'm not asking for much. Just a little bit of comfort would be nice.
Yeah, and the Tigers are currently up 7-0. Let's see. So, yeah, 7-0, bottom 5 against the Yankees. So yeah, we'll get into some of that a little bit more because it's a shock, but we've done it before, just not enough. Yeah, this week was rough. 2-5 this week, and just a lot of disappointment. A lot of close games, a lot of blown leads, a lot of shoulda just needed one more hit. That coulda won us the game. This past week we had a 2-run game, a 1-run game, a 2-run game, a 1-run game, an 8-0 win, a 2-run game, and a 2-run game.
You know, got to keep that run differential positive somehow. You know.
Yeah, it's early night. Well, I guess probably after tonight we'll see what the final score is, but we might jump back into the positive and
nice. Positive one run differential with a -10 win.
We gotta slow down on the run differential stuff. I might bring that up later.
Okay.
So this week we're recording on Monday. Couldn't get it in over the weekend, so we were busy. So we got our stuff isn't quite as in depth as probably it has in the weeks past, and it might be like that. It's the middle of summer. We got stuff going on, so maybe once summer slows down, we'll be a little more in depth than what we used to. But I want to start off with something that I was waiting for you, and we talked about it in the first episode. Jerwa.
Oh, he's got a page and everything.
This is on. So RJ's got one, DJ's got one. We'll talk about DJ here in a second, but he so far he's in Double-A, and he is pitching really well. 35 2/3 innings with 2.78 ERA. This guy's
he is climbing through the ranks too already in Double-A.
Yep, he's really 7 games in, so he started 5, so he was out of the pen apparently. Look at the game logs, see if it'll game started. So he came out of the pen a couple days ago. So interesting what they're doing over there, but he's killing it. Just something I wasn't planning on bringing up, but I was curious, so I looked at it. DJ is not faring as well. He's the OPS isn't bad, but he's batting under 200. I mean, and he's in let's see. He's in A ball, 17 games in A ball. I did see he was on the 7-day injured list. He came back. So yeah, this guys we like to keep up on because they're from the same area as us. So
I
we
mean,
will.
you could let me know what you think about this, but I feel like in today's game of baseball, it's easier to I'm not gonna say easy relatively. It's easier compared to the hitting side to develop as a pitcher.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, you get in a lab, you look at your exact mechanics, you see exactly how your bones and muscles are moving that tell you what to tweak. It's not as easy as tell and do, but like compared to the hitting side, I feel like it is a lot easier to develop as a pitcher.
yeah. Like you can see, we got baseball here, just not planned at all. Like you got a grip here. If they can look at it, and if you change your grip like this, then that pitch has got 200 more
Mhm.
RPMs and then 2 inches
Instantaneous
of
results too.
yeah. In hitting, it's nothing like that. You
It's
gotta
just
just
see-ball, hit ball. It's really
it's
that
just
easy.
pure skill. I mean, not that pitching isn't skill. Pitching's really hard. We didn't pitch because we
I
couldn't really
tried.
do it.
I begged and pleaded to get on that mound, and I still couldn't even get a chance, and it's for the
Yep,
best, let me tell you.
yep. And my elbow couldn't take it.
Mhm.
I think I blew up my elbow at some point between middle school and high school. I don't know, remember when exactly, but it was either during a practice where all we did was throw cutoffs, and my elbow was completely numb after.
Oh, yes, I love cutoff practices. Just
Those,
run and throw, run and throw, run and throw.
yep, and
It's
yeah,
hell.
it's fun though. I mean, yeah, it not good on the elbow, but it was fun. Everyone talks about shoulder. It hurt. Their shoulders hurt. My shoulder never hurt. It was always my elbow,
Always elbow, yeah.
even as a youngin.
No, that kinda reminds me, of something that I, heard during one of the Astro games early on in this week. I'm really hoping I didn't already say this on last week's segment, but they were talking about, David Fry in college. Gosh, I couldn't remember which college he went to off the top of my head. But they were telling a story about how, in college, he would always as you do as a baseball player, you beg and plead to get on that mound. "Just give me one chance, coach. Just let
Yep.
me pitch, let me pitch." And co
Northwestern State University in Louisiana.
Okay, makes sense.
The Northwestern State Demons.
Never heard of him, not gonna lie, don't get around to too many college sports,
No.
but his coach would tell him over and over again, like, "David, you're gonna get drafted. Like, we can't put you out on the mound and risk you getting injured. You're gonna play in the show, buddy." And then, sure enough, later on in the season, I have here, a starter got hurt and their closer broke his arm, so they had to make some drastic changes to their pitching staff, and sure enough, David Fry got one chance to go out there and pitch. He says he got 2 innings, and halfway through the second inning, he felt something pop, tore his UCL. That was Tommy John surgery number 1 for David Fry. A catcher had 2 Tommy John surgeries in his life.
Well, do you remember seeing the video? I think it was an LSU pitcher where he's a pitcher and he got asked to put in the hit and he goes, "Coach, I raked in high school." And
Mhm.
then in the press conference they were talking about it and the guy's like, I was a
Yeah,
PO in high school."
that's an
That's
absolute gem.
one of my favorite clips. So let's hop into to Rake Report first segment. Why don't you start us off with your Wake Report?
Okay. My rake report is gonna seem familiar from last week because we're highlighting the same guy, Khalil Watson. But you know, last time it was more of just like a one really decent defensive play that he had. I was excited that he was finally getting some playing time, and flash forward a week later, and he's raking. He's straight up raking. He's batting 290 now. If you look at his Savant page for our viewers here, take this all with a grain of salt. This is only through 8 games.
Yep.
But I mean, he's in that's top 1% for average exit velo. Once again, this is what 9 hits, but
Yep.
those 9 hits have been coming off the bat hot. That's 95.6 miles an hour on average. That's he's
That's
he's
hitting the ball
squaring it up.
hard. Yeah.
Mhm. And for everybody who don't know, is because I mean I had to look this one up too. Khalil Watson, drafted out of high school, first round, 16 overall pick by the Marlins, came to us in the Josh Bell trade.
Oh, I forgot you guys even had Josh Bell ever. I
Yeah,
remember
for
him as
one. Twin
Pittsburgh,
mainly, I feel like.
Minnesota,
Hmm.
Marlins. I think I don't even know where he's at right now, but yeah, I never remember him on the Guardians. When was that? What,
Yeah.
4 years ago? 4
It
years
was
ago?
half a season. We had him and Josh Naylor at the same time, the two Joshes.
Mm.
That was fun for a moment in time.
Yeah, we hate
But
Josh Naylor.
as we know, hey man, hey,
Hey,
take it easy.
did
Oh, my boy Josh, all the smoke.
well, didn't you see? I saw you guys had an altercation with him, and
Yeah.
yeah, Austin had just said nobody likes you to
Out of
him.
all people,
Yeah,
to piss off, he found a way
former
to piss off
teammate.
Austin Hedges. Yeah.
That's kind of
Mm.
surprising to see that.
You know, the guy competes, and he rubs people the wrong way when he does so. But you know, when he's on your team, you just love the fire. Let me tell you. But back to Khalil Watson here. Not only has he been absolute red hot his last week, like I said, batting 290 on base percentage, is something to want. Only 313, but slugging 450. I mean,
That's
the
fine. Yeah.
OPS doesn't come together great because once again, the on base percentage is a little lower than you'd like. If you look over here at his baseball savant, he's got a whiff percentage of almost 35, a K percentage of almost 35. So he's not necessarily seeing the ball well, but you know, you could chalk that up to he's a rookie he wants to hack. He's
Yeah.
up there to swing the bat, you
I
know.
mean, 765 OPS is still really good. Like I think like 720, I think is league
It's
average.
above
So it's
average.
still above average there.
Yeah,
You'll
we'll take it.
take that out of a rookie for sure.
Oh, definitely. But you know, just looking over at his splits here, like I said, the walk rate, 3% walk rate, 34% strikeout rate. Not great underlying stats,
Mm-hmm.
but first week in the show, he's batting 290. And in this 2 weeks or 1 week stretch, he's gotten 2 game-winning RBIs. How about that?
That yeah, we could have used some game-winning RBIs for the Tigers.
So yeah, I don't really have a ton of stats to go into. It does feel a little bad doing Khalil Watson 2 weeks in a row. Like I said last week, it was more highlighting his defense. Today, we're showing that the bat is here and it means business. So Khalil Watson, keep an eye out, guys.
Yep, and so I've got 2 for my rake report. One's pretty small. One is for my fantasy matchup last week. Foster Griffin, I picked him up in the waivers because he was going to be 2-start, and he got me 27 and 25 points, 52 points
Wow.
on the week.
That feels
And
great.
I beat Adam by 22 points.
Nice.
Sorry, Adam, if you're listening. Not sorry. We had a good run at it. Put up a run at the end, but
for those who don't know, I mean this in the nicest way possible. Nothing feels better than beating Adam in fantasy. He is a rat amongst rats. He will pick guys off of the waiver and he'll see that you had him like want listed or favored or whatever you want to call it, and he'll immediately offer you a trade for that person that he just picked up off the waivers. And this is not a one-time thing. This is the Adam special.
Yep.
Nothing feels better than beating Adam.
Yep. So my other one is Hao Yu Lee. Your mom asked about him, and he came back up that game that we were in Cleveland for.
Oh, he got sent down for a little bit?
He got sent down when Gleyber Torres came back, and he was down, and then he got brought up when Jack Flaherty got hurt. But before he got sent down, he was batting. He had a 588 OPS. Not good, but it was his first taste of the major leagues. He had let's see, that is this week's. Where's that? He had 80. He had 89 plate appearances in his first stint, and that would be I don't remember how many games, but 27% strikeout rate, 4.5% walk rate, not great. BABIP, not great, not bad. I've seen a lot worse, but 60 WRC plus. And
BABIP, by the way, is batting average on balls in play.
Yeah, so that basically, like, if you hit a ball with a certain launch angle, certain speed, it's good for BABIP, bad for BABIP, stuff like that. And he got called up, and he's been on a tear since he got called up. He's batting. His OPS is 849. His BABIP is up to 462. So he's getting a little help from the BABIP. Generally, you want your average and your BABIP to be about the same is kind of what you want.
Not necessarily want. It's a sign of good things.
Yeah, it
Like
means you're being
when your
consistent.
BABIP is when your BABIP is way outweighing your batting average, then you chalk that up to this guy is getting really, really lucky.
Yep, or vice versa, unlucky.
Yeah. So I mean, and we, as fans, we take luck, but
Yep.
when those are about even, that means you're actually a good hitter and you're earning your hits.
Yep, and it would be a 138 WRC plus since he's got called up. And just during the week, let's see, I think I have it here somewhere. Just during the week, last week, he in 7 games, he's had a 9% walk rate, so the walk rate is up a lot. 368 average, 526 slug, 170 WRC plus just in last week alone. And today already he's got a double, a single, and I think 2 RBIs, maybe 3.
Cycle watch.
Yep, but if the one thing is, if you look at some of the advanced stuff, not super advanced, but if you look into walk rate, K rate, and BABIP, and there's some other ones, batted ball, not batted ball, fly ball, ground balls. A lot of these are very similar to what he was doing before. But I mean, we're no scouts. If you look at the eye test looks better. So he's played good, and you want him to keep playing good. And he's a player who's giving his all every time he's out there. He's sliding, he's working hard. So you can't fault him for that. So he is my he's my rake report for this week. He's had a really good week, and we hope to keep it up because he's a right-handed bat, and we need a right-handed bat to.
It's just crazy how both of our teams are struggling to find righties.
Yep.
Like, you figure that's the majority, and both of us are really, really struggling to get a good consistent righty in the lineup.
Yep.
It's a little crazy.
Yep. So we'll go into weekly lift. I want you to do your weekly lift because my Beyond the Bunt and my weekly lift are they're kind of similar.
Okay. I have 2 dudes here for my weekly whiff. The first one, it's a little bit low hanging fruit because Stuart Fairchild just got DFA'd back down to the minors. DFA'd designated for assignment. Basically, the kid has an option. Do you want to go back to the minors or do you want to become a free agent? And 99% of the time they pick back to the minors. They don't want to take the chance, especially if you're.
Or a team can claim you, and another team can go and say, "Yeah, we want you," and then you come and you join their major league roster.
Yeah, a lot of the time, if you're a caliber player that is being sent down to the minors, it's not worth the risk. It's just stay on the team, stay in the clubhouse, get a chance of getting called back up.
Yep.
Very respectfully, I hope that Stewart does not get called back up. If we look at his stats, this isn't just the past week, by the way. These are his major league stats right here. He is batting 158. You see one good silver lining that this man has is that in 27 plate appearances, he has 7 walks.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Getting on base, that's pretty good.
That's not bad at all. That's a 25% walk rate.
Yeah,
we look right next to that. That's a 52% strikeout rate.
Yeah. Your walk, that 25% walk rate is normally what a decent strikeout rate is.
Yeah. And so like I said, 27 plate appearances, but because baseball's funny and weird, you don't technically count walks as a at bat.
Weird.
So in his 19 at bats, he has 14 strikeouts.
Yikes!
Holy cow!
5 times he didn't end with a strikeout.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's horrible.
No home runs to go with it either. So that's
not a lot of anything.
No 3 true outcomes there.
Yep. 3 hits, 3 singles. Bad.
Rough. Yeah.
Bad.
Not good.
Every single time he got it to the plate, I was like, "Oh, it's fucking Stewart again." Every single time.
Yeah, that's my relationship with Jemai Jones, and there's several players on this team.
Every team's got to have at least one.
Yeah.
So like I said, Stewart, low hanging fruit, just got sent back down. We kind of all saw it coming, especially with Chase DeLauder just made his return.
No,
I had it wrong last week. It wasn't a bruised rib; it was a fractured rib.
Oh, nice!
And he came back within 3 weeks of that, and had a game-winning RBI at the game yesterday. That's pretty fantastic game. So moving past Stewart, everybody saw Stewart coming. Let's be honest here. We move over to Gabriel Arias, who I got to correct myself. Last week I said we got a guy at third base. I was assuming that guy would be Daniel Schneemann because I love Daniel Schneemann. For some reason, Stephen Vogt loves Gabriel Arias.
Well, it was it our first podcast where we talked about his defense was really good there too.
I was like, oh man, we're gonna have Schneemann be an everyday third baseman. I'm really happy. And then I forgot we reactivated Gabby from the IL, and it's been a little rough. You see here 27 plate appearances, 27 at bats. What does that tell you? 0 walks. He is not looking to walk at all. And then once again, actually the exact same as Stuart Fairchild. That is a 52% K rate.
It's gross.
Yeah. Now look over here at his BABIP, batting average on balls in play, almost 500.
That's pretty good.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you're lucky.
What does that tell you? When he's striking out a crap ton, he's not walking at all. His slugging is below 300. It tells you he's getting lucky.
Yep.
Yeah, with a BABIP that high, a slugging that low, he's getting bloops. He's getting lucky.
Well,
and
sometimes
it's not fun to watch.
Sometimes it's better be lucky than good, but when you're in the major leagues, you kind of need to be good.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't have his Baseball Savant page pulled up, but he is consistently in the top 10% of the league for arm. He doesn't have the greatest range, but when he does get to the ball, he has an absolute cannon on him.
Yeah, you can make up for the range with the arm. That's good trade-off.
Yeah. Which at third base you'll take. I'd rather take Schneemann, but if it's going to be somebody besides him, I guess defensively, Gabby's not bad. Offensively, ouch.
Yep.
Ouch. So those are my whiffs for the week.
So mine's pretty weak this week. So I could have chosen a lot. I could have gotten nitty-gritty, being as we went 2-5 this week. But the Tigers' inconsistency is my weekly lift. Our run differential this week was 30 runs scored against 28 runs allowed. That's +2, and we went 2-5. If you throw that into a Pythagorean theorem calculator, which Pythagorean theorem, for those that don't know, it basically takes your runs scored and your runs allowed, and it projects a win total out of it. So generally, you want to be about pretty similar in terms of runs scored to runs allowed depending on your win total. So if you plug in 30 runs scored and 28 runs allowed into a Pythagorean theorem calculator, that means you should have went 4-3. Then you went 2-5. And if you look at that on the season, the actual record this year so far is 35-49. And if you took the run differential, but the Pythagorean theorem would be right at 500. We should be 42-42. And it's tough. We've had the lead in, let me think. What do I get? In this week, we had the lead going into the 6th inning every single week or every single game, and we blew it in five times and couldn't come back.
5 blown leads?
Yep.
Man.
It's either, 5 blown leads or tied going into the 6th. There was a game where it was 0-0 going into the 6th, allowed a solo shot, and went down 1-0, and then they scored again, so it was in the top of the 9th, I think, because we were home. So it was 2-0, hit a home run, so it made it 2-1 because we couldn't get anybody on base. And it was just that consistently. We had, even yesterday, we were up 3-0. I don't remember exactly which inning, but we were up 3-0 at one point, and then they came back, took the lead. We fought back, and we took the lead, and then we blew it in the 8th inning. I think it was. We were tied. We went into the 9th inning, tied. Bottom of the inning, we had bases loaded, 2 outs. Just needed to get 1 hit. Riley Green struck out.
See, I would have figured it was Torque.
Yeah, you would have thought, but so when the extra innings came, Kenley Jansen, we've talked about him, I think last episode.
Yep.
Yeah, he pitched the 9th in 7 pitches. So then they brought it back out for the 10th, and he allowed 4 runs.
4.
4 runs, and then
Why'd they even keep him in for that long? Did they figure it was a lost cause? Just let him finish it, or
no, it was the top of the 9th or the top of the 10th.
huh?
It was tied. We brought him in, and he couldn't find the strike zone, and they allowed 4 runs. And then Torque came up to bat. I don't remember if he was the first or second guy, but he had a home run. So it was 2. We were within 2, and
Yeah,
just couldn't
a
do
shorter
that.
leash might win that game there.
Yep, and it was just that over and over again. We hit a grand slam. We were down 3-0 at one point. We hit a grand slam, went up 4-3, got another one. We were up 6-3 or 5-3. At one point, it was 6-4, and then they scored like 4 straight runs and blew it, and we lost. So it's just the inconsistency of either the offense does good and then the pitching will blow it, or the pitching will do good and the offense just doesn't show up.
Just can't get a game where both are going.
Yep, and that kind of brings me to my beyond the bunt. It's the Tigers, more of their inconsistency. So 52 times this season, the Tigers have scored less than 4 runs. And
ouch.
In those 52 games, we're 12-40. That's a 23% win rate.
Oh,
not good. We've held the opponent to under 4 runs or less 53 times. Our record is 28-25. So the opponent win rate of scoring less than 4 runs is 47%. So the win rate for a team against us scoring less than 4 or less is 47. When we score less than 4 or less, it's 23.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Those would almost correlate 1-to-1 for the most part.
You would think pretty close. I don't know what I tried to look up what the like the league wide average is for like winning 4 runs less, but a lot of theirs is 3 runs.
Yeah. There's a lot of talk about that the last few games for the Guardians.
Yeah, because saves count at 3 runs, but along with other circumstances. But
makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. In 1-run games this year, they've had 21 of them. We are 6-15.
Oh.
Cannot win the 1-run games. In 2-run games, there have been 43. We are 11-32.
Oh man.
So it's like you need 1 more hit, or you need to allow 1 less home run. You can't win the close games, and even when you're scoring 4 runs or less or allowing 4 runs or less, you can't score them. And so what does that come down to? Is not being able to win those close games. In my opinion, it's bad fundamental baseball. It's not doing the little things right. It's bad defense. It's bad base running. It's walking guys. It's striking out. And it's a lot of what we've seen from the Tigers, and it's been rough. And I mean, we're doing good today. It's 7-0 in the 7th inning. So being up on the Yankees, you'd really like to think
this one is a winnable game.
Yep, and the broadcast brought up a graphic earlier. The Tigers against teams 500 or better, we are 19-17.
Huh.
Yep. It just doesn't make sense.
See, I see year in, year out for the Guardians that almost consistently the last 5 years we have been negative on run differential and positive on the win loss.
Yep.
Which I feel like that makes a lot more sense than vice versa. Because you assume you're winning your close games, and when you lose, it just gets ugly.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep.
But being positive on runs and comfortably negative on the win-loss,
yep,
that's weird.
Well, just look at the Tigers and the Guardians. See if I can pull it up quick. Their run differential is very similar. At one point, I think last week, they had the exact same amount of runs.
Yeah.
But the run differential was, but the win loss was, it was like 10 games or something.
Yeah. No, speaking of Adam, who we were talking about that we love to beat in fantasy, he
Yep.
does occasionally provide us with useful things like some really, really fun stats.
Yep.
Where, yeah, he showed us at one point last week, literally exact same for both the Guardians and the Tigers, runs scored and runs against.
Yep.
And there's like a double-digit difference in the win column. It really doesn't make sense. But hey, that's baseball.
Yeah, currently the Guardians have 9 more wins than the Tigers with a run differential that is within 5 runs.
That's
And
crazy.
you don't see that very often.
No, not at all. Normally, believe it or not, runs correlate to wins.
Yeah, you would think, but when you're also scoring less than 4 runs 52 times out of what we're over the halfway mark. So I think
Yeah, happy halfway.
we're at what, like probably 83 or something like that.
Yeah,
So
83, 84.
in over half your games, you're scoring less than four runs or less. But it's in there. Like tonight, we scored 7 runs through 7, and we did all that in like the first 3 innings. Against the Astros, we scored 8 runs, and we did most of that all in the first 2 or 3 innings. And I mean, even yesterday when we lost, I think we scored we scored 5 runs. In the last 2 games, we scored 5 runs and 6 runs, and we still lost because that's when the bullpen decides to crap down their leg.
Fall apart. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just not good complementary baseball, which I mean, you're not going to get that every day, but you hope when one's doing well, you hope eventually one can help can help overcome one. And the last 2 games, the offense tried to, they just couldn't do enough. And the last 2 games, I blame the pitching when you allow 8 runs and 7 runs.
Yeah.
It's hard to win
you're
games
not going to win ball games letting up normally more than 5. I mean, maybe this is just me as a Guardians fan saying this, but normally more than 5 feels pretty unsurmountable for the most part.
And that's how it feels with the Tigers. You just never know. They're either going to come out and they're going to score 7 or more runs, or they're going to score less than 4. You just don't know. It's so that's my Beyond the Bunt without looking kind of weak this week, but I think it was a fun little stuff that I looked into, and I kind of expected them to be kind of like that, but just to actually see them, it kind of sucks. It really sucks.
That is a really, really fun thing about doing the show with you, Marv, is at like, I'm a baseball nerd, love baseball, love stats, but like every once in a while actually looking at stats, God, this sounds so nerdy, but it's so fun. Actually digging through baseball stats is a great time.
Yep, and you can dig through them for hours if you want to.
Endlessly.
Yep, that's one thing we love about baseball.
That segues me pretty well into my Beyond the Bunt. So I understand that a lot of you people out here watching aren't, once again, baseball fans. A lot of you are just our friends and family that are just supporting, checking it out, seeing what it's about. And like we said the last few weeks, me and Marvin can say a lot of stuff that I'm sure can go right over a lot of people's heads. So this week I wanted to take a little bit instead of tackling some Guardian stats, we're going to tackle baseball stats. So, ladies and gentlemen out there, get your pen, get your paper. It's time to talk about some fun baseball stats. You guys are going to love it, trust me. So we're just going to start it out with the basics. Everybody knows what batting average is. Plain and simple, it is your hits per your at-bats. Batting average.
Yep.
Once again, at-bats is weird. You don't take into account walks, hit by pitches, or sacrifices. So that can be a little weird to understand, to get your head around fully. But yeah, at bats and plate appearances are not the same.
Yep.
And then for batting average, Marvin, you can help me out with a lot of these, but like batting average, 300 is really, really good nowadays.
Yeah,
anything above 300 is fantastic.
Yep, and a lot of these change from year to year, like in decade to decade. But yeah, if you're batting above 300, you're probably in the top 5% of hitters, I would say.
Yeah, in today's game.
This day, yeah.
Moving on, the next not most common, but a very, very common one that you see is slugging percentage. And that is your total bases over, once again, your at-bats. So for this formula, like a single would be worth 1,000, a double 2,000, triple 3,000, homer 4,000. I like to say I went to a minor league baseball game once. I saw a dude take his first ever at-bat in his first ever minor league at-bat, or at least AAA at-bat. He hit a home run. So for that one moment in time, he had a 4,000 slugging with 4 total bases in one at-bat.
Yeah,
which
those are my favorite.
Frame that,
Yep.
that's something. For a good slugging percentage, above 550 is normally pretty good. Like 600 is really good. I'd like to say
500 is really good.
Okay.
Let me Google what's the average slugging percentage. Let's see. League average is 400 to 450. So
okay, yeah. So above 500 is you're really good sluggers.
Yeah.
Moving on from that one, we have a really not commonly used stat referred to as ISO, isolated power.
I like ISO. ISO is a good number.
It's a fun one. It's not really heavily used. And this one, it seems like, oh, ISO, like what is this? I've never heard of it. It's super simple. It is simply your batting average minus your slugging. It is your isolated power. Since slugging kind of takes into account your hits in general, you just get rid of it.
Yeah, it removes singles basically. So it's like your extra base power. It's kind of what it is.
Yeah, that's a really easy way to think about it. And for slugging, I think it's hitter to hitter. If you're going up there and you're aiming for a home run every single time, your ISO is going to be insane. But a lot of the time, anything over 100 is normally a pretty good. Like 150, 200 is really good.
Yeah.
But it depends, because a lot of guys, if their slugging is stupid high, their batting average is also going to be stupid high. Yep. So it's kind of hard for your elite hitters to have a crazy high ISO because they do everything well.
Yeah, Jordan average is batting like 300, and he's got like 25 home runs, so his is going to be fairly different.
Mm-hmm. And he's known as a power hitter, so you think, oh, his ISO must be insane. But when you just do it all, when you're just a freak, it's probably not going to be that crazy.
Yep, let me pull it up here so we can see what it is. Stats today. His ISO on the year is 301.
Okay, so I'm wrong. I'm just wrong.
But he is like having an insane year. He's probably the front runner for MVP this year.
And weird enough, he is getting talks of being traded because the Astros are just that hurt and that bad right now. I just don't see a world.
Yeah, well, he's batting 311 right now, so that means his slugging percentage, I think, is
well above 612.
I think is like what that math would. I think that's how that math works.
Wow.
So yeah, 613. So yeah, he's really good.
To say the least.
Yeah. Here's a crazy thing. We talked about BABIP earlier. His BABIP is 319. His average is 311. So means
he's just a good hitter.
He's just a really good hitter. Mm-hmm. His savant page has to be something scary.
I'm sure there's a lot of red on that. Moving on. Next stat is on base percentage. This one, I'm sure everybody's heard a ton. This is simply total times reaching base divided by plate appearances. Not at-bats. Plate appearances, once again, is your at-bats with your walks, with your hit by pitches, with all your sacrifices.
Yeah,
and
in these days,
really straightforward.
Yeah, in these days, like if you're really like looking into the numbers, you don't really look at average anymore. It's a lot of on-base percentage because that includes your hits, your walks, how good you get. Exactly what it means, how good you're getting on base. And that means a lot more than just your batting average.
For all of you Moneyball enjoyers out there, that whole idea was based around on base percentage.
Yep, it's a good book too. Have you ever read the book?
Never read the book. No,
I listened to the audio book while I was working.
Yeah, I don't read.
Audiobooks is about all I do, and a lot of Star Wars audiobooks. But I did listen to Moneyball, and that was it was probably one of my favorite. I mean,
I've heard it's nothing like the movie.
it was a lot different than the movie. You got Spotify Premium.
I do, yeah.
It's free on Spotify Premium. Just search it up and
Okay.
you can.
Okay.
I think I listened to it in a day or 2 days, so it's not that long. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll have to see what Billy Bean actually did.
Yeah.
Not according to Chris.
Yeah, and it talks a lot more kind of into like his earlier days too, if I remember right. 'Cause I think it's been like 2 years since I've listened to it, but like it goes into his like earlier days in the draft and stuff like that, and a little less on the actual like front office stuff than what I was expecting to see from the book.
Kind of
but
lame.
Yeah,
That's what we're there for. We're there for the nerdy numbers, man. I don't care
Yep.
about your playing career.
Yep.
Moving on from on base percentage here. Now, this one is nowadays the stat to beat. You look back about 20 years ago, all that 20 years might be like 30, 40 plus years ago, a few decades. Basically, all that people cared about was batting average,
Yep.
right? Like batting average was a stat to be. Yeah, back then dudes were hitting like 400, so
Yep.
entirely different game. But
Yeah,
like,
there was like 50 people batting over 300, and nowadays it's like 10.
but like we said earlier, all that batting average does, it is simply hits per plate appearances, or not plate appearances, sorry, at bats. Because once again, those are
It's
different.
confusing.
Yeah, it confuses me sometimes.
Yep.
So nowadays, the stat to be the stat that everybody likes. Even I went to a Guardians game over the weekend, and up on the board they have the lineup.
Mhm.
Nowadays they have the stat that I'm about to talk about, OPS, instead of batting average.
Yep.
OPS it's as simple as could be. It is on base plus slugging. OPS. Refer to our description of slugging and on base percentage. But
Did you talk about OPS plus at all, or I don't want to get.
I haven't gotten into the plus stats
Okay.
yet.
All
No.
right. I wanted to mention if you didn't, so I'll shut up.
Yeah. Plus stats those are really great. We'll get into those in a second. But OPS, put simply, it's your one-stop shop, simple, easy number for how good a hitter is. It shows you how well they're slugging, how much they're getting on base. It is just your one true number without of getting insanely sabermetric and insanely nerdy, which trust me, we'll get into in a second.
Yep.
But
I think
that's the stat to be nowadays.
I think like a major league average is like 720 or 730 for that right now. So if you're above that, then you're above average, and we'll get into that a little bit later too.
You'll see absolute freaks. I'm sure Aaron Judge last year and Yordan Alvarez, they're probably pushing over 900.
Yordan's over 1,000. He's 1,000. Quick math here, 39.
Wow. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
that's just not right.
If you above 1,000 is like, I wouldn't say borderline top season, because like back in the day they were kind of crazy, but like nowadays
it's modern day MVP.
Yeah, if you're over there's maybe one, maybe two guys over 1,000, and it's Yordan this year. It's Aaron Judge. It's Shohei. It's I don't know if Mike Trout even did it. I don't think he ever got over 1,000. It's really, really hard.
Just a side note that I have here. So I don't watch much college baseball anymore, but when I did, I followed the LSU Tigers. Call me bandwagon if you want. Yeah, I saw that one coming. But the year that LSU won the College World Series, when they had Paul Skeens and Dylan Cruz, which I'm sure everybody knows who Paul Skeens is. Dylan Cruz has fallen a little bit by the wayside, but he was the Golden Spikes, which is it's like your college MVP.
I think it's amateur MVP. I don't think it's not just college. I think.
Oh, really? Oh,
I believe, because I think Bryce Harper. Well, I guess Bryce did go to like
technically went to JUCO. Yeah,
but
yeah.
Let me look that up.
But that year that Dylan Cruz won the Golden Spikes at LSU, he had an OPS of over 1,500, and then
unfair.
He made it to the league not 3-4 years later and is batting under 200. So it's a different world, entirely different world. But yeah, 1,500 OPS Dylan Cruz had for an entire college season, and I thought he was a dog.
So, according to a quick Google search, the Golden Spikes Award theoretically can be won by a high schooler, but it's never been won by a high schooler.
Then so what's the point?
Yeah, I think it's the best amateur player
I see.
is what like the title is. So let's see the high school precedent according to this search. Bryce Harper is the youngest player to ever win it in 2010, and that's because he played junior college at like 18 or whatever it was.
Yeah, he forgone he skipped his last 2 years of high school to go play JUCO early,
so
and
that way
then
he
got
could
drafted
get
out of that.
that way he could get drafted faster. I think.
Yeah.
But
Bryce Harper was a freak. Don't forget it. He's
Yeah.
still he's still an all-star level player year after year, but he was a freak. He was the chosen one. He was the LeBron James of baseball,
Yep.
and he panned out for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, what three-time MVP, four-time MVP, something like
I think
that.
3.
So
Yeah. Hey, back to stats though. So I did have a note here about BABIP, batting average on balls in play, but we did kind of already touch on that earlier. My next one here, and then this is when we're gonna start getting a little extra nerdy, and some of you are gonna try to zone us out, but these will be brought up multiple times in the show, so it's worth. I'll try to. I don't want to say dumb it down because I'm not like looking down at people. These are weird. They're hard to wrap your head around sometimes.
yep.
Even looking at these FanGraph pages that give you exactly how they're found, I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, so the
Like,
formulas can get insane sometimes.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'll just look at the number. I don't even know how it gets. I don't know how it gets calculated.
Don't gotta know how, just gotta know.
Yep.
But our first real sabermetric stat that we have here is weighted on base average, affectionately known as WOBA. Everybody loves WOBA. WOBA is basically it's basically your OPS, but like weighted for how you would get on base. If you look at the formula for all of our viewers here, each way that you can get on base has a different value assigned to it. So like walks are at a 0.7, hit by pitches are basically at a 0.7, and then so on and so forth going up the board. These are assigned, I believe they're assigned year to year. So weighted on base average is weighted per the run environment of that year of baseball. It means by weighted. It's essentially just your on base percentage with an asterisk is kind of the best way to think about WOBA. Yeah, that's good enough for that one. Moving on here to weighted runs above average. This one, as you see in the formula here, it actually uses WOBA in the formula, which is really great if you didn't understand what WOBA is, because it's only going to get worse. But rated, holy crap, weighted runs above average. It is essentially your WOBA minus your league WOBA over, it says, a WOBA scale. And what this does is it just kind of makes your number look more like on base percentage. Like it scales year to year, depending on how the run environment of the league is. And it just makes it look more like a more familiar number. So you're not looking at like, why the hell is this guy was weighted run average 4,000? No, it makes it like 0.3, 0.4, like a number that baseball fans are more familiar with.
Yep, and run environment is basically like how many runs are being scored and how many runs are allowed. Like back in the day, like there was a lot of runs scored. Now run scoring is kind of, I think it's lower now. So it takes advantage like decade to decade. If you're comparing Hall of Famers that played in the 90s to now players, you look at that stat and they can like kind of compare them, because like Babe Ruth was hitting 600 home runs, but they were throwing 75 mile an hour, 80 mile, whatever it was, versus today's age. That's kind of stats kind of for like that too.
And you would even somewhat see this change year to year. Like I know, what was it, like 4 or 5 years ago, conveniently right after the last lockout, there is all the noise about the juiced ball era, where home runs were being hit at an astronomical rate across the board. So like for that year, the run environment was through the roof. So all these WOBA numbers got adjusted accordingly to make them just more familiar to the fans.
It makes it easy to compare season to season about a player.
So this is a really good one, and we'll jump back into this a little bit more later on. Speaking of what later on, right here, weighted runs created. This formula it utilizes both our WRAA, our weighted run above average, and of course WOBA, because that is in our formula. I'm throwing out a lot of words. I'm
Yep.
sure listeners are getting just absolutely jumbled right now. But weighted runs created, WRC. This is a really good stat. It does a really good job of basically doing how well you're hitting the ball. And then it factors for, your park factor, which is obviously it's easier to hit a home run as a lefty in Yankee Stadium than it is to hit a home run as a righty in Fenway Park.
Yep. And
So
like in Coors Field, the ball flies a lot more
mhm,
and things like that. So it makes it so it's all like you're playing at an even field all
yeah,
across. Like
yeah.
if you're all playing at Yankee Stadium, this is what it should be.
Mhm. And basically what this stat attempts to do is it tries to equate how well of a hitter you are to how many runs you are creating for your team, essentially. If I am getting that correctly.
Yep.
So yeah, like if we scroll down here for our viewers a little bit, a really really good WRC would be you essentially alone scored your team 105 runs over the course of a season.
Yep.
Is a way to think about that. And then we move right over here for our watchers. We have WRC plus. And plus is fantastic. Plus
I
is
love it.
beautiful.
I love it.
I'll go
And
ahead and let you
minus and
take
minus.
stage on this one.
So basically, if you're looking at either for other examples, OPS plus or FIP minus, ERA plus, it's basically a scale of 100 is league average. So if you're a league average perfectly, you're 100. If you are 1% better than league average, you're 101 if it's plus. If it's minus, if it's 101, then you're 1% worse. So if it's WRC plus, if you're 140, you're 40% above league average. If you're 60, you're 40% worse than league average.
Mhm. Yeah. For example, last year this is a bad example because this is a freak. Aaron Judge in his MVP season last year, he had, I believe, a 200 plus WRC plus,
Yep.
meaning he was 100% better than league average.
Yep.
Not normally how it goes. Normally you would see people sit in like the 50 to 150 range for almost all stats.
Yep.
But like I said, the plus stats are really, really good because that like all your weighted stats, it puts it on the average for how it was that year.
Yep.
It's
And it's a really quick way to compare player to player
mhm,
too.
mhm. Yeah. Like if I'm looking at Stephen Kwan's OPS of 560 right now, and
Worse than
I
baseball.
don't really know baseball, and I'm looking at that, I'm like, oh, 560, like that's a big number. OPS plus or OPS 560, that has to be good. I move over to his OPS plus, it's at 60. I'm like, oh, it's bad.
Yep.
He's 40% worse than league average.
Yep.
So yeah, plus stats really really good. You could basically do a plus stat for any stat with league average being 100 and then just percentage based off of that.
Yep.
On finally to what we have all been waiting for, wins above replacement, also known as WAR.
Yep.
And let me just tell you, WAR is a bit of a doozy.
Yep, war is kind of crazy because Fangraphs calculates it one way, somebody else calculates
Baseball
it.
Savant.
Baseball Reference, Baseball Savant
Oh,
calculates one
reference.
way.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't. It could be both. I don't know. They might use it both, but it can get calculated different ways. And war, especially back in the day, was a big way for players to get inducted into the Hall of Fame, and it still is today.
But take it with a grain of salt. Essentially, what WAR is trying to do is it is trying to take everything that a player does. It takes into account their batting, their fielding, their base running, and it essentially tries to give you one number for how many wins this player got.
Yep.
By above replacement, it means a quote unquote replacement level player, meaning you could take a dude from the minors, you could put him in, that's your replacement level player. Do not be confused with replacement level player and an average player.
Yep.
Because if you put somebody in the MLB and they are exactly average, if all of their plus stats are exactly at 100, they will have positive WAR.
Two.
Two.
An average, like basic, if you're average across the board, you are a 2 WAR player.
Yeah, because in baseball, being average is valuable.
Being average is above average.
If you want to dig a little bit deeper into that, in the last couple of years, people have equated 1 WAR, at least on the batter side of thing. It's entirely different for pitchers. All my stats that I'm going in today are just offensive.
Yep.
But on the batter side of thing, people like to equate, by people I mean your billionaire owners and GMs, they like to equate 1 WAR to $1 million. If I'm paying this guy $30 million a season, I want him to give my team at least 3 WAR.
Yep.
And that's a rule of
$10
thumb.
million per WAR for batters, I think, is like what you want, basically.
So WAR, I could scroll through that. I mean, this is an absolute beast of a page.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to touch on a few things. So WAR, like I said, it takes into account your base run, your batting runs, base running runs, fielding runs, and then it gives you a few adjustments for what position you play. There is, once again, a league adjustment, and then you take into account your replacement level value. So batting runs, how do you get that? That is your WRAA, your weighted runs above average. It already puts it on an average per scale. It gives you how many runs this person is getting above an average player. Easy. Base running runs. This takes into account ultimate base running, which put simply is how well you run the base with a ball in play. Are you aggressive? Are you taking the double? Are you taking the triple? Are you doing it smartly? Blah, blah, blah. Weighted stolen bases. It's just weighted per, once again, all of our weighted stats are according to how the season is league wide. It's how well this dude is stealing bases. And then grounded double plays. How many double plays are you grounding it to? Simply put. So that is our base running side. Fielding runs. This uses a really fun thing of UZR, ultimate zone rating. I could get really deep into that. It's really not too worth. Just know that it takes into account their arm, their double play turns, their range, and their errors. And it gives you, once again, just one flat number for how good of a defender you are. Positional values. You see a catcher is easily the hardest position defensively to play.
Yep.
So catchers are getting a big adjustment simply for being a catcher at plus 12.5. First baseman, like we were saying last week with our analysis of Spencer Torkelson and Rhys Hoskins, defensively, you don't have to do crap. We have you there to hit a ball. So they're at negative 12.5. And then everything else is kind of the same. You see shortstop is actually the second highest.
Yep.
Makes sense.
I would have thought center fielder was higher than what it is.
You would think, yeah.
Higher than
center
second
field
and
being the
third.
same as third and second base is a little weird.
But I guess it's probably based on like opportunities.
Volume, yeah, it makes sense. The league adjustment portion of the stat, we've covered that multiple times. And then the replacement runs. So this is fun. I didn't know this. You have an available 1,000 WAR throughout the league every year.
Yeah,
I didn't know that it all counted up to 1,000. This is news to me. So yeah, this formula basically just breaks it in of per game with your 1,000, saying that your batters, which is what we're highlighting today, is 57% of your win, which is interesting. You'd assume 57 makes sense, I guess, because a pitcher isn't the only thing that's happening on defense. So
yeah, you need more. Yeah, I guess so.
I guess that makes sense.
I guess.
And then your final part of the formula is runs per win. This is what Marvin was talking about earlier, which I was actually kind of surprised that you talked about that. But yeah, it's basically you're someone trying to make a numerical value for how many runs per win, and this it changes per year, like everything in this WAR stat. So yeah, at the end of the day, WAR is just nerds trying to put one single value for how valuable a player is.
Yep.
And I had just one more quick little note, like you were saying earlier, how there's a difference between F WAR, Fangraphs calculation of WAR, and B WAR. I'm pretty sure Baseball Reference. And one of the main differences between them is how they account for defense, especially at the catcher position. I found this really interesting. Patrick Bailey, who we talked about last week, was a Gold Glover last year. According to F WAR, he had 4.3 WAR his Gold Glove season. According to B WAR, he had 1.8.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Just defensively, essentially.
And I don't know what one MLB uses, because they'll pull it up on the
whichever
screen.
one paints the narrative better.
Probably, yeah.
And that's the most important part, guys.
Tigers
Learn
use
stats.
stink.
Learn stats so that you can manipulate stats.
Yep.
That's really what matters.
Yeah, Tigers allowed a 3-run home run. Now it's 7-3 in the 8th inning.
Oh,
Don't blow this bullpen.
Oh man. It's
What
just
is your favorite sabermetric stat, or just stat in general?
Oh man, that is a tough one to pull off the top of my head.
Like if you are gonna, I mean, WAR is like the go-to to look at everything. But like, what is your favorite one to look at?
I think it would have to be just OPS plus.
Yep.
That like I said earlier, OPS is in 2026. It's the stat to be.
Yep. For
You
hitters.
put on the plus, you average it out to everybody. It is simple, one-stop shop. How good is this guy hitting compared to everybody else?
Yep. I would say the same thing. OPS plus and FIP minus. We didn't touch on that, but we talked about FIP in the past.
Oops.
And that's all right. We talked about FIP in the past, and it's basically the same thing. So let's get into we're doing pretty good again. We just crossed the hour-long mark here. So
yeah. I'm really hoping I didn't scare too many people away. Talking about stats, I do genuinely hope that I helped a person or two, and didn't just like throw words and numbers at you and make everything more confusing. Once again, if I did, let me know, and maybe later on because I do have to tackle the entire pitching side of stats eventually. So maybe if I made things worse, let me know, and I'll really try to, I guess, dumb it down a little bit more.
Yep. So let's jump into weekly predictions. Since being as the games are going right now, me and Joe sent a text yesterday about our prediction for today's game. So we've already got that in there. And for me, assuming we hold on to this lead, is looking good for me. And we are tied with we each got +1 because you were right last week with 3 and 3.
Nice. Yeah, didn't get the games correct, but once again,
that would have been an extra one. Opposite.
No way. Completely opposite. Holy crap.
Yep.
That's impressive.
So did I actually. So unfortunate, or for me, I guess. So I'm gonna start us off this week with my predictions. So today I projected a win. Tomorrow we got Scooble going. Win.
No need for a second thought there.
Yeah. Troy Belton, he has been really good. He, depending on how he pitches tomorrow on Wednesday, I might have to make him my my rake report, or maybe dive into his numbers with Beyond the Butt, because he has been really good for us. But it's going to be hard to sweep the Yankees in Yankee Stadium.
In Yankee Stadium, yeah.
Let's see, who are we going against? Will Warren. I really want to say win, but I think it's a loss because I think the bullpen's going to blow it. Or the offense.
They're number 2 right now, right?
Well,
maybe not with Cole back.
Yeah, Will Warren. No, Schlittler's probably. I think
Schlittler's their number 1.
Schlittler's they're definitely 1. Yeah, I don't know what it is between Warren, Rodon, and Cole. But let's see. We got Thursday. We got Texas. Framber, he's been good lately. Who does Texas have going?
Didn't think I'd ever hear you say that.
Yeah, he's had. I mean, his last 3 starts has been pretty good. He's getting ground balls.
That's
He
what he's
he
there for.
started getting ground balls what he's done all his career.
Just need a little trip to Houston to let a fire under his ass.
Yeah. Well, I saw something in the broadcast. He lowered his elbow angle or something, and his
Oh,
ground ball jumped like 20% or something like that. That might not be the right number, but it's something like that. Nathan Eovaldi, what's he
hit or
done
miss.
here? Yeah. What's he done? 100 innings this year.
Wow.
3.95 ERA, 4.32 FIP. So he's been pretty dang good.
Yeah, typical Nathan Eovaldi stuff, a sub 4 ERA and at least one perfect game a year. So, or
Yeah.
not perfect game, no hitter. Just what he does.
Yeah. I want to say win because we need the win. But
Manifest.
I'm going to go no, but I'm going to go we are off day with the World Cup, but we're going to win the next ones. So we are hopefully going to go 4-2 this week. Hopefully do better than 4-2.
That's a tough call. It's a
Yeah.
tough call.
It's hard. We need to win, so you got to try and will it on. So for you guys, you got Texas. So you start with Texas, we end with Texas.
Nice.
Tanner
Hopefully we
Bybee
soften
going
up for you this time.
Yep.
As I'm looking at it right now for this game, that once again my predictions are already locked in, but the Guardians are currently losing 3-4 in top of the ninth.
No,
So hopefully
okay.
at home. So hopefully a little bit of bottom of the ninth miracle
Little
action.
juice.
That'd be fun. Tanner Bybee, he's gotten hot. His numbers don't tell the true story. Maybe extreme bias by me. He doesn't get a lot of run support. His win-loss is absolutely miserable. But I love Tanner Bybee. You know, he was supposed to be our ace. He still kind of has that ace mentality.
Every time he pitches against the Tigers, he pitches like an ace.
He's still got it in there somewhere. I don't exactly see Texas.
Right.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, DeGrom.
D.
Okay, that's gonna be a loss. That's gonna be a loss. Jacob DeGrom is still Jacob DeGrom. At the end of the
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Joey Cantillo, Mackenzie Gore,
This is a tough
lefty
one.
action
Yeah, and
with all your lefty hitters.
And Mackenzie's got it. He's a sidearmer a little bit. He's got something nasty.
Yeah,
going, doesn't he?
3/4, something like that.
So
He's got a 4 ERA this year, basically same FIP.
okay.
So he's about average, I would say. He's 2 WAR, so he's
just as
slightly
I
above
look, the
average.
Rangers go ahead 6-3. By the way, so
Damn.
not looking good there. We're gonna go ahead and seek out a win against Mackenzie Gore. I think we're gonna make the bullpen hurt in that game against Gore, hopefully, and we're gonna score some runs.
Yep. Let's see. Over to the White Sox. You're at the top of the division. You guys need these wins.
Really need the wins. They did take the series against us last week. Once again, that was an unfortunately fantastic series. They were all 1-run games, 2 walk-offs against us. Hurts, but really, really good games.
It was
we're gonna get our get back.
Was your closer pitching both of those games?
No, it wasn't. One time it was against Cade.
Gotcha.
But the other time it went to extras, so that one wasn't on him.
Let me see.
So we got Slade versus
Eovaldi. Oh, I know that's Tigers.
Marvin. I'm gonna give us Martin in that one. Oh,
I think
Martin.
I think he's their best starter.
I think we actually
he had like a 3 ERA
against
that he had like a 2 ERA, and then the Yankees came in, beat him up, and it jumped him up to 3.
No, I think we're getting that one. Confidently.
All right. Confident win.
Yep.
See, Gavin, Anthony K. Another lefty.
We're going back to back. K did beat us up, and it was this one. I'm gonna give a loss. Unfortunately, I don't like giving Gavin losses, but K put us through it in the last series against him.
Parker and Sean Burke.
That's a win. That's a win. Parker Messick. Always going to be a win. For future Cy Young Rookie of the Year, Parker Messick.
Not Rookie of the Year. Kevin's got that locked up.
Yeah, I said that last week, and then I looked at Kevin's WAR, and I'm like, holy shit.
He leads all
freak.
He leads all qualified third basemen with WAR, and somehow not an all-star. He will be an all-star, but fan voting on all-star. Dylan Dingler saying
no.
Thing,
actually, I think Ernie Clement and Andres Jimenez should be all-stars.
And Alejandro Kirk.
Yes.
He's got less than like 60 plate appearances.
What a joke.
Fan voting, get rid of it. Can we put fan voting in the CBA? Can we get rid of that?
Yeah, that's a good one. Let us offer something up.
Seriously, we'll get rid of fan voting, and you could charge us an extra $10 to watch the games. You already charge us an arm and a leg.
That's fair. Yeah, might as well. And might as well throw in a few more Apple TV exclusives while at it. Too.
Oh, we love the Apple TV exclusives. Bybee and Eric Fetty.
What am I looking at record-wise for this week?
You don't have a day off, so you are currently looking at 4-2.
Make it 5-2. Heck it, man. Got to manifest some wins against these White Sox. Take the division back.
Take 5-2, 4-2. So we are currently tied. We haven't discussed any potential winnings for whoever wins this at the end of the year, but that's something we can discuss later. We've been going through other stuff. Maybe
like a wager for the loser or something that the winner gets. I don't know. We'll come up with something. If you guys have great ideas, maybe let us know.
Yep. That I completely forgot about my entire screen going blank because I have no lights on. I was relying on my. That's better, somewhat, but that's a good episode. What do you got anything to finish off on, Joe?
I really, really genuinely hope that my Beyond the Bunt segment actually helped a person or two. I caught myself rambling a lot, so I really do understand it if it was just entirely unlegible and you guys have no idea what the hell I was talking about.
And some of the formulas, you don't need to know the formulas. You just need to know like what the stat means is kind of mainly what it is about. So
I tried to do some of that. I tried to tell you the formula, but also tell you just what it means.
Yep.
So hopefully you at least have a baseline understanding at the very least. And then when we go on and we're talking in our future weekly whiffs and rake reports, and we're bringing up WOBA in our WRC plus and all the plus stats in general. Hopefully, you guys don't have to trip over to Google just to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, that we don't have to stop and explain it, and it's just kind of flows easily. But and you can always throw it in the comments, and we can let you know and help you get back to that. And here's something, what's your favorite baseball stat out there? Put it in the comments.
That's a good question.
If you like average, if you like home runs, that's a stat.
It is a stat. Everything's a stat.
If strikeout percentage, put your favorite baseball stat in the comments.
The nerdier the better.
Yep, obviously.
Give us a deep poll. Find something good.
Try and get us. Is there a random stat out there that you think we might not know? And
that's a good challenge. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, yep. So next week, we're not sure when we'll get to it, but we'll definitely try and get to it. My setup next week's gonna look a little different. Going on vacation, gonna be doing it remote, but might not flow as smoothly. But we're still gonna get it out to you as best we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully you guys like the new. I don't want to say format, but the improvements with the face cams. We try not to sit here and stare at ourselves or be awkward the whole time. I had to make a conscious effort to physically stay in my seat. I found myself the first two shows getting up and wandering about my room.
Yeah, so, I'm just constantly spinning in the chair. I feel like
still not really used to being on camera ever. Me and Marvin both bought cameras within the last week.
Yeah, so, mine arrived today about an hour and a half before we started recording. So if there's anything else that you think we can improve on, don't be afraid to. Episode 3. So we got a lot of ways to go.
Yeah, and hopefully it sticks around for a long time.
Yeah.
We're enjoying it. We hope you guys are enjoying it. Always let us know what we can fix, what you like, what you don't like. We're here to get better.
Yep. You can find us here on YouTube and on Spotify at Swingin Bunt, a baseball podcast. And we hope you guys have a good day. And
Yeah.
anything last things from you, Joe?
As always, just swing hard and whatever happens, happens, guys.